So that was my spring break. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had a great spring break and ready to get back to some math. We're excited, right? Right? So a few quick announcements. Geometry, you guys have your test this Thursday at 10 a.m. Second group will be going at noon. If you guys need help, tomorrow is our review day. No video lecture tomorrow. All you're going to be doing is emailing me for questions if you have them. If you need video, chat, video, Google Hangouts, whatever, help, let me know and we'll schedule a time. But tomorrow is review only. So make sure you get in contact with me if you need help for the test on Thursday. You guys can use one side of a 3x5 index card. I'll trust that you do that. Algebra 2, you guys have a quiz this Thursday. First group going at 10 a.m., second group going at noon, just like before. Tomorrow's video lecture, make sure that you guys actually attempt the worksheet before watching it, because the video lecture is just going to go over the worksheet. It's just going to show how to do all the problems. So try and do the worksheet before watching the video. Lastly, make sure you guys check your email because I'm sending out a new policy on late submissions for tests and quizzes. So all the details are in the email, but make sure you look at that. I'm glad we're back. Hope you guys had a restful spring break. Looks like we'll be doing the online format a little bit longer. So make sure you guys stay positive, make sure you guys stay focused, and yeah, enjoy the lecture. See ya. Okay, so today we're just looking at a Chapter 11 review. So more specifically, we're going to be looking at the types of questions that I haven't really gone over in detail, but you'll need to know on the test, which is on Thursday. So don't forget, test on Thursday, 10 a.m. for the first group, noon for the second group. I'll email you if you're in the second group. Now, these questions I'm going over today, I'm not going to go over the ones that I've already gone over. It's not going to be a review of the previous ones. Just refer back to the original videos if you want to review that. But today we're looking at more, like I said, more specific, more detailed questions that you might see on the test. Now, you guys do need to know the Platonic solids. That's in the other video that I've posted. So make sure you guys fill those out and write down the correct names for each of these. You will have to name the one of these shapes on the test. Given, maybe I'll give you the shape, maybe I'll give you the description of it, maybe both, maybe it's mix and match, but you do need to know these because they will be on the test. So refer to the other video in Google Classroom. It's the number file video. And then you can fill out these notes. Finish out the note packet. So we have 3 specific questions today that I want to go over. The first one deals with a sphere. Now, this question states that the area of the great circle is 81 pi centimeters squared. So if the area of the great circle, which is this guy right here, if that area is 81 pi centimeters squared, what is the surface area and volume of the sphere? So notice that we're starting with only the information of my great circle. So let's remember that what the formulas are for the surface area. Oops. So surface area for a sphere is, so surface area formula is 4 pi radius squared. And then to calculate the volume of the sphere, 4/3 pi radius cubed. Don't forget that it's cubed for the volume of the sphere. See, a lot of people mess that up. So notice that the commonality between these two formulas is that I need the radius in both of them. So how do I solve for the radius when I know that the area of the great circle is 81 pi centimeters squared? Well, if the area, the great circle, so I'll say area, let's say G for great circle, is equal to 81 pi centimeters squared. Well, I know that the formula for the area of a circle, area is equal to pi times radius squared. So I can substitute 81 pi in for the area and get 81 pi is equal to pi radius squared. Now solving, I'll divide by pi,
divided by pi. Those cancel, those cancel. I'm left with 81 equals the radius squared, so I square root both sides and get the radius is equal to 9 centimeters. So again, that's not my answer because all I've done is solved for the radius. So if the radius is 9 centimeters, well, now I can solve for both the surface area and the volume. So surface area, that's equal to 4 pi times 9 squared, which gives me 324 pi centimeters squared, which if I multiply by 3.14, that'll give me 1017.36 centimeters squared. So my top answer, this is with pi as part of the solution, keeping pi in the solution. This is rounding to the nearest hundredth. So that's the surface area. Now let's go ahead and look at the volume. So the volume is 4/3 pi radius cubed. So I get 4/3 pi times 9 cubed. So 9 cubed is 729. Let me erase some of this. So 729 times 4 divided by 3 gives me 972 pi centimeters cubed. That is my volume. Now I can multiply by 3.14, multiply by pi, and get the volume of 3052.08 centimeters cubed. So this is with pi in the answer, and this is rounded to the nearest hundredth again. So that's how you calculate the volume and surface area if you're given the area of the great circle first. Alright, next question. The volume of the cube is 8 inches cubed. What is the surface area? So with this one, I'm already given the volume of my cube, and for a square, well, we're going to find the area of the base, and we're going to multiply it by the height. But since we have a cube, we know that in a cube all the sides are the same length. So really what we're doing is the area of the base, let's just say this is side, S for side. So I'm going to go for the area of the base, S times S. I'm going to multiply by the height, which is also S. So that's going to give me side times side times side, which gives me S cubed. So this only works for the cube because all the sides are the same, but it's a nice little quick formula. So S cubed will give me the volume. Well, what is the side length? Well, the volume is 8. You get S cubed. We'll just take the cube root of both sides, or what times what times what, equals 8. So I'm going to take the cube root of 8. That'll give me the side length. Well, we know that 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8, which means the side length is 2 inches. So each of these equals 2 inches. So since I know the side length, S is equal to 2 inches, now I can calculate the surface area. So for the square, to calculate the surface area, that's going to be the lateral area plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, the lateral area is going to be, and calculate this one surface, well, it's the perimeter of the base times the height, so we can just do it that way. Might be better. Well, the perimeter is 2468 times the height, which is 2, plus 2 times the area of the base, which is 4. So I get 16 plus 8 gives me 24 inches squared. That's the surface area. Now another way I could do this, since I have a cube, little identity here, a little quick formula, I could take the area of, for the surface area, I could take the area of one of these sides of the cube and just multiply it by, since they're all the same, I can just multiply by the total amount of faces that I have, which is 6. So I could say that the surface area is just equal to 6 times the area of one side. Well, the area of one side is 4, so I could just do 6 times 4 gives me 24 inches squared. So this only works the surface area being the surface area being 6 times the area of one side, or you could even say 6 times the area of the base, which is really 6 times s squared. That will give you the total surface area. And this only works for a cube because all the surfaces are the same. Alright, last one. Let's say that, again, I had a cube, but given this cube, I have a hole right in the middle of it. It doesn't have to be in the middle, it could be moved out wherever, but in this case it is in the middle. So how do I calculate what's the volume of the cube given this hole drilled through the center? So all we're going to do to calculate the volume of the cube, or the total volume, I'm going to say that the total volume is going to be equal to the volume of the cube. I'm actually going to change the cube. I'm just going to say what's the volume of the shape, so we don't get the cube and shape mixed up. So the volume total is going to be equal to the volume of the cube, and we're going to take away the volume of the cylinder. So let's start with the volume of the cube. Well, the volume of the cube is just area of the base times the height, which is 10 times 10 times 10, which will give me 1,000. I'm going to subtract away the volume of this cylinder here. So to do that, well, my diameter is 5. So for the cylinder, I have a diameter is equal to 5. So the radius is going to be equal to 2.5 because it's half the diameter, and that's centimeters. So to calculate the volume of my cylinder, I'm going to calculate the area of the base and multiply it by the height. Well, the area of the base is a circle, so it's going to be pi times radius squared. So the area of the base is going to be equal to 3.14 times 2.5 squared. Well, 2.5 squared, just a second, is 6.25. So multiply that by 3.14, and that will give you 19.63, round to the nearest. So the area of the base is equal to 19.63 centimeters squared. So then I'm going to multiply that. Let me erase some of this. Just have more space. So I'm going to multiply to find the volume. I'm going to take 19.63 and then multiply it by the height. Well, what's the height of my cylinder? Well, since it goes all the way through, it's going to be 10, which is the side length. So multiply that by 10, and I get the volume is equal to 196.3 centimeters squared. And that's the volume of my cylinder. So I'm going to subtract that. So I'm going to do 1,000 minus 196.3, and that will give me the total volume of 803.7 centimeters cubed. So that's the total volume left over in my cube when I drill out a hole through the center. So you have a question kind of like this on the test, so make sure you guys review how to do it. But the key here is that you find the volume of the first shape and then subtract away the hole that's in it. Or if you have two shapes stacked on top of each other, then you just add. Last thing I want to review is if you have, let's say I had 2 pi plus 3 pi, just really quick. I saw some people mess this up. All you got to do is just 5 pi. That's, if you want to leave your answer in terms of pi, that's how you deal with the pi. You could also multiply it and then add them together, but this is perfectly fine. So, I think that's all I wanted to review for today. If you guys do have questions, make sure that you email me. I will be available tomorrow to answer any questions, but you guys got to let me know if you do have questions. So shoot me an email. We'll get it figured out when we can do some Google Hangouts or whatever if you need it. Other than that, the test will be on Thursday, 10 a.m. Yeah, have a good day.